What's up, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be talking about upper traps and how to hit the upper traps better because that's what won on the community poll that I made today. It dominated, so we're not going to talk about Houdini dips. We're going to be talking about upper traps today. All right, so upper traps. Yeah, there's a variety of ways to hit your upper traps. I won't say there's only one, but when you're trying to line up the upper traps, this is something that I don't see get talked very much about, but you guys know that I'm a big proponent of doing crossbody motions for your back, for your lats, for your traps, for your delts, and for spinatus. I always promote doing something like this, right? That pulls horizontally. But with the upper traps, the opposite is true for the most part. The fibers run away from your body. They run horizontally, and when your arm gets pulled horizontally like this, and your upper trap protracts laterally at this angle, this kind of angle, and you have to retract it. This is the line of pull of the upper trap fibers. It's not up and down. It's not a close grip shrug. It's not a deadlift. It's not the rows that you guys do. It's horizontal. Horizontal. That means it does not line up with gravity. All right. So yeah, we're going to be showing an exercise or two about how to get that angle lined up with gravity. I did this on the fly, but I have a few videos at least. So, um, yeah, I'm also gonna show Minnow explain it for 20 seconds because why not? You guys don't trust me, so let him explain it.
Action as elevators of the scapula as commonly depicted. They're saying that the essentially transverse orientation, meaning the fibers run relatively horizontal, precludes any action as elevators. They're saying because the fibers of the upper traps, you can see it yourself as well, they run almost horizontal. They are not vertical, right? Some of the very upper fibers are almost vertical, but most of the fibers of the upper traps run almost horizontal. In fact, the distinction between the middle and the upper traps is often made by the orientation of the fibers. So if the fibers run fully horizontal, they are middle, but anything that runs slightly up diagonally becomes upper traps. So most of those fibers, they run almost horizontal. They're like slightly diagonally upwards. And that's not a good line of pull to produce shoulder elevation. So does this mean that standard shrugs don't train the upper traps? That kind of suggests that this is true. A study by Conley et al. Found
Okay, so I did this video today. I just quickly did it for you guys. This is not a real set, obviously. 95 pounds. Anyway, so like we said, horizontal. So what you would do is basically a Reeves deadlift. And to be clear, I actually, honestly, if I was to be honest with you, if you wanted to line up your upper arm to be in right position, I would actually recommend a normal deadlift over a stiff leg deadlift. Something where your torso is more vertical, so that way your arms are coming down instead of coming upwards over your head. I would say that would be the best way to perform this motion. But you know, let's not be too optimal. Like you go through a range of motion, and your traps get pulled through some of that range of motion. Whether they have the most mechanical advantage, it doesn't matter because if the weight's heavy enough and all that. Anyway, so that's the general grip. That's the general look of the motion with a free weight, because like I said, horizontal, it actually does not line up with gravity. You want to be getting pulled sideways. Gravity pulls straight down. You grab it really wide. What happens is your arm gets pulled out. Even though gravity's pulling down, it's because of the grip that you took. Your arm has to get pulled out too at the same time. That doesn't happen with a normal wide grip. You can't take a wide grip. You want your grip to be almost horizontal when you're at the bottom, at least. But, you know, This is something that you probably need straps for. This is something with a high barrier of entry. You could adjust it to be a more well-rounded exercise to hit your upper traps and your back and your legs probably as well. But if you don't want to do this, and I don't blame you if you don't want to do this, this is just like one way to skin a cat. You could also do any kind of row where you grab the you're on a machine row and you grab the handle across and away from you. See? But let me explain, let me demonstrate on video. Okay, so here this kind of demonstrates it. You see, I'm turning my torso away from the grip. So that way, instead of having the row in front of you, you rotate your body and the row comes out across from you, away from you at this kind of angle. And yeah, just to be clear, you can feel parts of your outer trap, upper trap, outer trap, frontal trap more with these various grips when you look around for it. I assure you guys, you'll probably feel a lot more trap than you normally do than what you would get from a shrug or a shoulder press or whatever you guys do with any kind of lateral horizontal pulling motion. I actually don't even recommend. I don't like shrugs. I'm pretty transparent about that. I don't like shrugs as a movement in general. Too much weight, too much actual loading for what? For this stuff? I don't even train this stuff really, but I'm just showing you guys how to do it. All right, so back to me. All right, that's better. So, let me explain one more time for you guys. You want to be not in front of your plane. You want to be across from your torso. You want your arm going away from your torso. And you'll find various angles down here. See, right here. You let your upper trap protract forward laterally. You let your scap elevate. You pull down. You pull your elbow into this position. You retract your upper trap. Protract. You're trying to resist this pulling motion. You can do this on, let's say, a Reeves deadlift, a super wide grip deadlift off blocks where you're upright and you're keeping your spine neutral or extended and letting your arms pull out and retracting. You can do that on cable rows, machine rows. Maybe if you're creative enough, and I don't even care to try. But you could maybe try it with a free weight if you like lean sideways against gravity. I could see that. I could see that. So as a rule of thumb, just make sure the weight is getting pulled like this, right? Like this. And you pull it back like this. See? These motions. You retract, protract, retract. Simple. No scapular elevation BS. Right? Try this out. Add it to your rows, to your row variations. This motion, you'll still work your lats and everything, and then you'll work your upper traps more. And you could tell me how it works. You guys can tell me in the comments after you try it. Am I wrong or am I right? You go ahead, tell me. So that's it for the video. You guys wanted this video for the community post, so there you go. There's the video.